Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to my channel once again. This time we're going to talk about the latest OnePlus Nord phone, which was launched yesterday. So the time I'm making this video is on the day that the phone was launched, but you get me. So before I get into anything, I want to talk about the AR event. Now the event was done marvelously by the OnePlus team, and I have to give it a thumbs up for that. It was futuristic, it was one of a kind, it was special, and of course it was the world's first AR unboxing, and huge hats off to OnePlus for pulling such a thing off. Now let's get straight into the phone, the main stuff. Now when OnePlus launched this phone, they said that they have three highlights that are very important for them when they were making the OnePlus Nord. And those three things are the camera, the experience, and the quality. And that's how this video is gonna be in. The camera, the experience, and the quality. Let's get into this AR unboxing. What was the big thing about? So the first thing is you need to download the OnePlus Nord AR app either from the Play Store, the App Store, or from the website itself, and then the usual stuff, accessing the camera, give it permission, you can trust them. And then you have the option to create an avatar. I went ahead and made it anyways. And once you do that, click on Got It. And then it goes to this page where it's going to ask for the AR permission. It's going to track itself, and once the tracking is done, the phone in an unboxing state comes in, and the timer for the event. So here are some of the clips from the event, as you can see on how the AR presentation was done. And this is from Unbox Therapy's channel. I was watching it for myself, so I was not able to record it. But yeah, this is how it would look. Once the event was over, can you rewatch the event? As per the time that I'm doing this video right now, the answer is no. Well, you can do something else. So once the event is over and you open the app, you're gonna get a surface scan, and once the scan is over, there's gonna be this box that's gonna be placed in, and once you tap it, it's a virtual unboxing of the phone, and it's gonna do a spin like this, and you're gonna get the close-up of the phone. You can get as close as you want since it's AR. And yeah, you can go ahead and select the color that you want. This is known as the silver onyx, and after all that is done, the box is gonna close by itself. The first impression when I had this phone was, damn, I've seen this phone somewhere. And it kind of looks very similar to the Oppo Reno 3 Pro. But other than that, let's say that it has a good design, looks premium, even though it is a mid-range smartphone. Let's remember that. It's a mid-range. So that is the initial first impression of the phone. Now let's talk about the camera of the phone. There's totally 6 cameras on the phone, 2 being in the front and 4 being in the rear. Now in the rear camera, there is a wide-angle camera, which is 48 megapixels, which is the same camera from OnePlus 8. Remember, I said OnePlus 8, not the OnePlus Pro. And the camera in OnePlus 8 is similar to the camera in OnePlus 7, so basically, it's good camera, okay? The second camera of the phone is an ultra-wide 8 megapixel camera, which is then combined with a 5 megapixel depth sensor, and I kept this for the last because it has to be kept for the last, and that is the 2 megapixel macro camera. Like, can you imagine, they did not even take pictures with this camera for their event. Just look at it. This is what they did.
True power of Nord's main lens. We put it in the hands of photography maestro, Makeda Sanford. Here's one of her shots. Flanking Nord's main sensor is an ultra-wide angle, offering a 119-degree field of view. Here's another mesmerizing shot from Makeda. Nord also comes with a dedicated macro camera. It lets you get as close as 4 centimeters to a subject, and a depth sensor to help apply a more accurate bokeh.
I don't know why companies keep the 2, maybe just for the saying that we got 4 lenses, but I would still prefer 3. I mean, if 3 are good, hell yeah. When I said that the phone's camera is from the OnePlus 8, it does not mean that it is bad. No, it is good because it is from a flagship phone from last year, if I'm talking OnePlus 7. But as per the camera quality, with the help of software enhancements, the camera is pretty decent for the price. Let's get straight into the front camera. Now, the front camera is one of the best front cameras that is out there for a OnePlus phone. And let me tell you why, because there's 2 cameras. The first lens is a 32 megapixel wide angle lens, and then an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. And the pictures in this would look something like this, once again courtesy to Mr. Who's the Boss.
And even the front camera is one of the better ones out there. It deals well with harsh backlighting, and given that it is a 32 megapixel sensor, it's pretty detailed too. And I would consider the ultra-wide icing on the cake.
Camera-wise, the whole phone is pretty good. I love it. Now let's get into the second best highlight of the phone, and that is the experience of the phone. Let me give you the first key awesome thing about this phone, and that is the 90 Hz refresh display. Because that 90 Hz display is gonna give you an instant premium kind of feel, the smoothness that can go with the phone instantly. So the phone runs the latest Oxygen OS 10.5, which is Android 10. But it's not just that. They said they want the experience of the phone to be good, so they've worked really hard to make the software look neat with the good skin, and also even on the animations. It looks very neat, and with the 90 Hz display, you're instantly gonna feel like it's not a mid-range phone. It's in fact a premium phone. Just the feeling, bros and sis. Now the phone is snapped with the Snapdragon 765. That was good, right? So basically that means with that chip, you're getting the 5G as well. How is the performance of a 765 Snapdragon? It's good. And also let's not forget the fact that this phone can play games at medium settings at 60 FPS. I mean, I play games at low settings at 120 FPS because, it's all about the FPS, right? Now, the phone does definitely come in with the in-display fingerprint, which is responsive and which is fast and which is good. Apple, please, we want that as well. It would be a good thing during the pandemic going on. But what I felt a little bit sneaky about is that, as I know, I'm a user who uses iPhone myself personally, and for me, the haptic is a very important thing. But as per the videos that I saw on the internet and as per the reviews that I saw, the vibration is okay. That's what they say. But hearing this, that is not okay. But I get it. It's a mid-range phone. So that's all about the experience. Camera-wise, experience-wise, now let's talk about the quality-wise. Now, definitely the phone's build is good. I mean, it's made by OnePlus, and this is one of their projects that they have been working on for a long time. And also, people were like, oh, look, Apple is making budget phones. Everyone's making budget phones. The budget killer is turning into a flagship phone. I mean, I get it. OnePlus definitely needed to up their game, so they released this budget phone. In terms of quality, the phone's build is pretty good. And what I really like about the phone is that there's no curved screens. I'm not a fan of curved screens, even though it looks aesthetic-wise pretty good. I would recommend having a phone without a curved screen because you don't want those unnecessary touches going on, and I don't think anybody likes that. Even though the phone is packed with all these kind of things, the phone does not have wireless charging in it, and also it is not IP rated. Doing that IP testing, it's gonna be an extra cost because you need to buy the extra machineries and all this kind of stuff to do the testing, so they didn't want to do that because they didn't want to up the price. Now the phone does come in two colors, and that being the blue marble and the gray onyx. So that was what happened at the event, and that was basically the whole overview of the event. I thought that it ended there, but then they're like, oh, guess what? We're gonna drop something else as well. Here comes the OnePlus Pods. This is their version of a wireless earbud. What is special about these earbuds? There is actually two features that was set out about it, and there's nothing else that we know about it so far as per the time I'm making this video. Yeah. One being that it supports warp charging. Oh, also I forgot to mention the phone does support fast charging. That is with the help of the Warp Charge 30T, which can charge your phone from 0 to 70 in 30 minutes. The first feature is that it has warp charging. Yes, the same warp charging that's there on the phone. That means that you can charge within 10 minutes, having a listening time of 10 hours. And they say that the overall battery life of this OnePlus Pods is around 30 hours. Ooh. The second feature that they have is the environmental noise cancellation. What exactly is the environmental noise cancellation, right? It's basically noise cancellation, but it takes place with the help of 3 microphones being installed in the OnePlus Pods, and then from there it does some scientific stuff and you would get noise cancellation. And of course it has low latency and it has IPX4 rating as well. So the overall final verdict that I have to say about the phone, it's a pretty well-rounded off phone, like marvelous, because I can say that is really, really neat for a budget phone. You're getting the 90 Hz display, fast charging, but hey, you're paying what you get for the price, and it's OnePlus. You got the quality. Here's another thing that is very important that you guys should know about is that the phone is only released in India, Europe, and China. You can easily compare it with the iPhone SE, but in terms of the chip-wise, oh no. And yes, the last but not least, pricing. What is the price of this phone? So the phone cost around 30,000 rupees in India. And here's another thing which is not mentioned in the event, but the 30,000 variant phone that's being sold in India is a 6 GB variant. And then the base model would start with 8 GB and then it would go all the way up to 12 GB of RAM. And in Europe, it's going to cost around 399 euros. The OnePlus Pods, it says that its cost is around 4,000 rupees. So that's all. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. We are closing up to 300 subscribers. Woo, 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 woo. And yes, if you like the video, go ahead and like it. And like I said, if you don't like it, you're free to do that as well. Anyways, drop in your reviews, your intakes on the latest OnePlus Nord phone. Anyways, thank you for watching, and till then, stay tuned, folks.